This next discussion will be on direction and movement. Both direction and movement provide the viewer with a means for both an underlying orientation and visually navigating a composition. Clarifying how a work is visually navigated goes a long way to helping establish viewer orientation. Both direction and movement may involve flow lines or pathways and direct where and how the eye travels. Our exhibition entrance expresses both horizontal and vertical directions, with horizontal being more dominant of the two directions. Let's look into the differences between direction and movement. Movement typically involves a more felt, kinetic type of force. The rustling of branches, a splattering, the flight of a bumblebee, cascading waves, shattered glass, popcorn popping. Bala's futurist undulations express movement. Close up, one can see Jackson Pollock's movement at perhaps its dynamic best. Look at the running streaks, the dancing dots, the implied depth by value and color, the rhythm of an eruption, frozen. This is a great, almost iconic example of movement at a felt kinetic level. This portrait by David Ochoa is an example of how just the orientation of an image can determine its direction or movement. Everything about the face is centered and symmetrical: the nose, the mouth, and eyes. The centered elements imply a visual direction, a vertical direction. The nose reinforces this verticality. The vertical orientation of the canvas or working area reinforces this direction. Yet there is a subordinate direction, horizontal, due to the form of the lips reinforced by the alignment of the eyes and the nostrils. This poster for a women's roller derby event, designed by Brett Lundberg Sachs and Jamie Paul, seems to express a dominantly horizontal direction due to the lay of the white text at the very top. This piece also expresses subordinately vertical and subordinately diagonal directions. This brochure that I designed for Red Stamp expresses dominantly vertical and subordinately diagonal directions. Purpose.co is a brand communications consultancy based in the UK. Their website presence implies clarity, elegance, in a direct manner, and accessibility. Their website also displays a clear sense of visual direction. The horizontal direction of the text is reinforced by the horizontal rules, or lines, that combine to create a strong visual flow. The flush left alignment of the left column, reinforced by the similar alignment of the right column, establishes a vertical direction nearly equal in its intensity, but nonetheless subordinate to the dominantly horizontal forces. Henri Cartier-Bresson's image of a cyclist exhibits a dominantly radial or spiral direction due to the staircase and the railings, and a subordinately curvilinear direction due to the curvature of the road. Paul Ascher's poster for Public Theater exhibits a dominantly horizontal direction, expressed by the key art in the center and the information header along the top edge. It is then balanced by a subordinately radial direction of text and rules. Rules are typographic lines. They're type talk for lines. This painting by Hokusai clearly expresses both dominantly diagonal and subordinately diagonal forces. Finally, this poster for Emerson Cooper may be enigmatic at its core, but visually it clearly exhibits a dominantly vertical direction and subordinately horizontal direction.